Not in the backyard. I wonder, that would be funny if I did that. I wonder how long it'd take. It'd probably take for days.
For it to dry up.
No, if I said I'm going to stand here and not say anything until 100 people come on my chat. It'd probably take a year. They'd be like, what's this chick doing?
Yeah.
I'd have to, of course, have to leave. Like, I couldn't do it the whole time. Because I'd have to go to the store and I'd have to pee eventually.
Eventually. Good point, Margie. Good point. You got it.
It'd take a long time. I've been doing this 6 years. I don't know any other tubes that have been doing it as long as I have with as few as subscribers as I have. There go my ego. People just are into my stories. I'm just a storyteller and I just tell stories. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a Hail empath. I just like telling stories about how I feel about things. People ain't into it, man. How you doing, Beanie? He's Margie. Me and Grandma Retta are just having times, and you just mind your own business, Margie, because me and Grandma Retta love each other. You want me to put the feet up, Ma? You want me to put the feet up? It gives you, like, more space. Anyway, it's kind of a chill day here in northern New Mexico. It's nice and we're nice and warm and cozy, I'd say. I am. How are you doing, Ma? I had to put on an extra layer.
I'm doing good.
Things are kind of looking up. It's Tuesday, January 17th. So what? Mercury goes direct, I think, tomorrow. And they say, you know, this is the time that you kind of, you know, you plan for. I'm hearing, this is my interpretation of what I'm getting, receiving. What I'm picking up, what they're putting down, the data, the informants, the data holders. And this is the time to get ready for your, you know, to launch that thing, you know. And I got I've had something that I've had so many ideas in my life and they just don't ever land. They just, nothing ever. And I'm a starter. That's like one of my life lessons, I believe, is to learn how to follow through. Mom's been adamant about teaching me that from the time, you know, if I say I'm going to do something, that I need to follow through and do it. To just not flake out just because I feel like it or something else better came along or any of those things, you know? And you don't make other plans unless your commitments are upheld and all that jazz. Yeah, Ma? So anyway, my t-shirt. I came up with this when I was like 9 years old, and I thought that it would be good for bumper stickers. And when I went into the Canon, I went into a dispensary yesterday. I don't go into dispensaries very often, but when I'm led to, when divine guides me, then I go. And I went in this place. I went in this place called Taos Canyon Cannabis. Their phone number. I wanted to call them because I wanted to call Alicia. Is the owner's name. And I talked to a woman named Erica a moment ago. Because I called because they have a corner in their dispensary that people in the local area, other people that make t-shirts and stuff like that, they can come in and set up, and then someone comes in, buys a t-shirt, it goes into an envelope. Whoever brought it in, and then the next time you go into the dispensary, you know, maybe somebody bought one of your t-shirts, right? And I look at them as like little sparks of Marge, little pieces of Marge out there, you know. The world ain't really been ready for Marge. It's not really ready for Marge. I've just been laughing the last few months. What is it? Mars has been in Gemini, and the Earth and the world and people on it, all this the world, all this craziness, this havoc. Just things that have never been, unprecedented events that are just going on just day after day. And it makes me laugh because that's my natal placement. So it's like now all these other people start getting a little taste of what it feels like for old Marjo all the time. Anyway, little side note there. So my t-shirt, it might be time again for a new start. Now, I'm not good about I live so far from a post office too, so I have a lot of other responsibilities, things on my plate. So in order to make a commitment to ship them to people and stuff like that, I'm not willing to do it. I already failed that route, and I owe 4 people on this planet a T-shirt. And it's about time that I go into my old Etsy and get their addresses to send to them. I was half hoping that that I could give it to them in person. I don't think that's going to work out, so I'll just send it to them anyway. So I called the dispensary and to ask them what sizes should I get. If I'm going to order like 200 T-shirts, what sizes should I get? And she said that based on her the clientele that comes in, large and up. So large, I'd probably go XL, double XL, and triple XL. And if people wanted one any higher than that, then I'd probably have to put that on the next order, kind of thing. It's just, and I do all kinds of things. So it's like, someone likes, the lady has to, all that she has to tell. Yeah, she does, I stood there and I gave them my spiel about my snap-knacks, my pick your price photography, on how I get camera cards and I bring my camera out, and even if the event that I'm taking pictures of with you and your family or whatever is only 15 minutes long, chances are you're still going to get a couple hundred pictures out of me, and then I give them to you. See, I give you the camera card. It's your pictures. It's your event. It's your pictures. I don't edit and all that stuff. I don't got that kind of time. I'm too busy for that stuff. I believe in raw footage and all natural and all that jazz. So I give them to you. But if you want to go ahead and pay someone to edit your pictures and enhance them and make them unorganic and all that stuff, that's fine. That's your prerogative. It's neither here nor there. They're your pictures. And then somebody pays me. And then somebody sends me money in PayPal or whatever, or, we could trade some other way, and I don't know, tires, dog beds, dog food. It don't matter. It depends on who the person is, what they got. And I ain't I ain't about that switching energy and taking things out and trade. They used to a lot of guys, mechanics, would have women sleep with them to fix it's just gross stuff, all that stuff. I ain't into all that stuff. People just take stuff to the weird, grossest extremes. It exists. It's out there. People need to make themselves aware of all the freaking shady shit out there. Anyway, I'm super excited, and so I give the camera card to the people, and then they pay me what the pictures are worth to them, And so we shall see. Because I know what I'm worth. People are never going to give me what I'm worth. What I know I'm worth. Yeah, they haven't. I've never, I got all these pictures, and I have this, this idea, this vision for photography, and it just hasn't been the right time. It just hasn't been the right time. You like this, the thumbnail? I made mom chocolate chip pancakes for breakfast. She ate 4 of them. It was rad. So, this is the United States. You know what? I was looking at this picture today. This is the United States, and it's all these tent cities and stuff like that. I see a bunch of people that are just, trying to live their own way, and then there's some kind of order and stuff like that. Wouldn't it be great if the city just brought dumpsters in so they wouldn't have to have this garbage everywhere? They get it. Lord knows they get paid enough. They pay themselves enough to do that. They just don't feel like it. This is a cool post I put on my Facebook. I also posted it on Twitter. These are pictures that I've taken. And the excerpt says, when a person has been under a lot of stress for so long, periods of time, it changes them. Thank goodness nature, through God's grace, can change them in better ways. Yep. So, I was listening to Robert Phoenix this morning. He starts some of his days off in his interpretation of of the astrological weather events that are forecast it's his forecast. And I was looking at my chart and I was like, oh, this is a cool picture. This is I think maybe one of like my favorite pictures I've ever taken. And that was just on a beach in northern Oregon. It didn't even seem like a real day that day. It seemed like we were like in a tank. It was the Truman Story. It was bizarro world. Anyway, so this morning I went down the placement. Oh, this is a cool picture too. Oh, these will be thumbnails here coming up. So I was at sea level, but the colors were just like purple. They were just amazing. That was on the northern coast. And you got the freaking mist coming off from the land out to the ocean. Usually it goes the other way. That was a pretty neat guy. He was hanging out with me that day. This was back when I discovered that I couldn't leave mom. So these are like some of my last adventures. My last outings. Now I'm just resting on my... Well, no, I got beautiful places around. I still take pictures. I mean, look at this. This was this morning, for crying out loud. This is in my front yard. That was pretty cool. And then I was just showing these to mom. See, I take all these pictures because mom don't like leaving her going outside. And I take all these pictures and then I show them to her. So that's kind of how she experiences life. And then I tell her stories and she just kind of gets to, live life from the comfort of her own home. And I get to go out, and this was yesterday morning. That was pretty wild. That was yesterday's thumbnail. Anyway, living from heart space. A lot of people won't do it. It's expensive. The costs are high to live from your heart. The things that you have to trade. Because if you live from your heart more, you're living less from your ego. It changes the story. It makes things different. Makes the world different. But it feels so good, man. I have more fun making mom chocolate chip pancakes and seeing how much she grubs on those than I do eating them. I see a lot of people in the world that like to eat, they like to be the recipient more than the giver, and it's an imbalance. It's an imbalance. People have been feeding that black wolf for a long time, but they've been saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm feeding the white one," but in secret they're feeding that black one. What's the matter, Benny? Does he want to get? Come on, just let him turn around. Does he want the flat pillow? They like living flat, and they like laying. Anyway, I just got to mention, I'm super excited. One of my earth angels got, when you get exceptionally difficult paths in this life, one of the greatest blessings, there's every now and again you get someone, God brings you plant somebody in your life, with seconds and inches, and sometimes they're just there for that occasion, and then sometimes you get to make friends with them, and I've got to make friends with a couple people I've never met, and, one of them, man, I got to talk to her today. That's why I postponed this talk, because I started it at like 11:01, and I was kind of piddling around doing stuff, and then she called, and I wasn't expecting her call, and I was like, because she's traveling, I know I'm not going to talk to her, and we're not going to engage as much, because she's busy with other things, because she's traveling, she's doing stuff. She's not at home where she has more time, right? So I was like, I'm happy for her. And I was thinking about that today. When I was a little kid, I used to get jealous of people. I used to how come they get to do fun stuff and I don't get, and we're poor and we never get to do nothing fun and, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? It's not fair, right? All that stuff. And then I grew up and I gave myself a life where I've had all this experience, And now it's a different story, right? So now now when I see people, because I grew out of that stuff, that self-serving mentality of just me, and how come me. I can still fall back and slip. I digress. Nope. Yeah, easy. But most of my time I spend, you know, like, because I don't get to travel as much, so I get real excited for my friends that get to travel. And when they get to travel, they tell me about their experience. I feel like and they're so excited, I get to be excited with them because I know how that feels when I do it. I know how it feels to, like, just freaking go, road trips. You just go into a convenience store and you just grab all the junk food and, you don't care and just, it's that high vibrational frequency. It's that, yeah. The thing of it is I've had that frequency, that same frequency, I've had so much of it that it was scary. Because it's very close. And a surprise, that, exhilaration, you get so much life experience, you've had a lot of crazy, traumatic stuff, scary stuff happen. Sometimes your body does not know the difference if it's a good surprise or a scary surprise. So sometimes it takes a second to assess, I'm one of them. So she was telling me stories. She was sharing with me these adventures that she has with these people that are just taking such good care of her, When you're in your element and you take care of people and they take care of you, and that it's a two-way street, man. I can imagine what that feels like. I can. I might not have experienced it. I sure can imagine it. Anyway. So it's been all in all a good morning. I just wanted to do a talk earlier. It's different heart space, I think. Found some more stuff. I found my old 8 maintenance band. My old 8 maintenance band badge. This is what militaries are about. Selling this stuff. It's all about products and contracts and deals, and has nothing to do with what they say it represents. I think it did it one time, maybe. Seems like it shoulda. But man, times have changed. The spirit got covered up by the guy with the biggest guns interpretation of the laws and how they want things. The biggest guns always win the most property and money and all that stuff. It's getting weird, Ma. And the weather's super weird. California's getting just like hammered with weather. I feel so bad for all the homeless out there. They go out there because the weather is good. Not this winter. Not this winter. So, came out with this. I found this the other day. This. If anybody's gone back any period of time, they might remember this from my background from before. Well, my native name that I've given to myself, I think it's my next tattoo, is Standing Turtle. So I'm gonna get a turtle that stands. I don't know where I'm gonna get it, when I'm gonna get it. I like turtles. I can relate. So I'm gonna sneeze. Whew. I need to dust. I need to get a duster. I vacuum so much, but we haven't. The last couple of days, it's been so freaking cold. I made a list. I got to get stuff to weatherize this window because it has a crack in it, and I could feel a freaking draft coming in, and I sleep right below it, and I can't be having that. I can do better. I could do better. So, and then I got to get Mom a new heating pad. Inside the turtle, when I was little, I had an inkling, a knowing about how lucky cat whiskers are. So I've been collecting cat whiskers. So this is full of cat whiskers. And this was the boutonniere to my brother's wedding. I was the best Marge. And then when Mama Kitty April passed away and went to heaven, I always petted the end of her tail, the hair on the end of her tail, So I tied off the hair onto the end of her tail, and this was hair from the end of Arthur Boo's tail. Same thing. Here's $1 that I folded into a shirt. I used to learn how to fold more stuff into things. But I like the shirt one. Little baby cat and dog teeth. Arthur's old baby puppy teeth and stuff like that. All kinds of stuff, you know. Anyway, looks like I found a poem. Looks like I found a poem. Class is an aura of confidence that is being sure without being cocky. Class has nothing to do with money. Class never runs scared. It is self-discipline and self-knowledge. It is the sure-footedness that comes with having proved you can meet life. That's class. Mm-hmm. To me. I wrote that.
That's good. Well written.
Thanks, Ma. I must have got it from you. Mom has stuff that she's written. Ma, I got stuff in binders and folders and stuff that you used to write about and stuff, so I never have to wonder what you were thinking about, because you never told me what you were thinking about. Mom's always been pretty closed-lipped, pretty private, pretty tight-lipped, and I feel like the older she gets, the more I know about her. Oh, I forgot show and tell the last 2 days. I gotta throw these away. Dispose of them proper. So everybody's all for those dingleberries that are all excited about EVs, the EVs that are all cute. Let's talk batteries for a second, okay? I got my Blue Moon. I got it from my Earth Angel. Did it come? Now it's like we've lived in so many places. Where did we get it? Were we in Arizona still? Did it come in Arizona? No, I think we got it after we came to New Mexico. Flagstaff is getting a lot of snow. I hope those witches that live there, those witches, and when I say witch, I mean that in the most derogatory sense, not the people that are all like, plant medicine, the good ones. I'm talking about the freaking, the kind of witches that houses land on. Those freaking broads. Anyway, so I got this, right, and I turned it on. It has two sources. It has batteries, and then it has a thing that I can plug it in that I don't know where it's at, so I use batteries. Anyway, I have an idea of where it's at because I keep stuff together, but anyway, it was sputtering. It was like flickering. It was going on and off. So I opened it up to see if I needed to change the batteries, and it's only, at most it's 2 years old. At most, right? And it didn't do anything terribly significant, It hung out in the bathroom. I had a bunch of kittens in there, with it. But it didn't get messed with. It didn't get turned on and off too many times or anything like that. So I opened up the battery compartment, and this is what was inside. See that? These are just the little AAA battery, AA battery, excuse me. AAAs are smaller. Look at that. It burst open because they're just held by cardboard. And if it's in an environment where there's a lot of moisture, that cardboard's just going to draw in the moisture, and things give, man. Things give. So, if you think these are bad, this is bad. How terrible to put that into the environment. Here's another one. I'd only kept two. I got rid of the other one. But here's the other one. Oh, wait. So that's the other one. So okay. And those $21,000 those batteries, those lithium batteries and stuff that people are so excited because they can hold 3,000. They can hold so many charges. Okay, it doesn't matter how many charges they can hold, Because ultimately, fast forward, this is what they're going to do. What do you think that's going to do to the environment that everybody cares about so much? To that soil that you got to put the seeds into the same soil that they just bury this stuff in, man. What do you think they do with all that? You know, in the 50s, 60s, as soon as they came out with nuclear freaking BS, the Swingin' Wieners Club, you know, as soon as they say, oh, we got all the budgets, we got all the money to freaking make killing machines weapons, and then we got all the land to play with all these weapons, you know, to test them. It's just, I mean, we all got duped. We did. And the people that freaking are a part of it just, you know, they're like, we got these really good lies from freaking killing people right under their noses, and then they celebrate us on the 4th of July and stuff. Freaking people are dumb. So... yeah, everybody wants the latest and greatest, but here, yay, cycles come back around, you know, before you know it. If freaking scientist Ben, if his calculations are true, no, not all of the human race will be wiped out. A lot of the human race will be wiped out. I mean, the government has done studies on how long it would take the human race to resort to cannibalism after, like, a serious catastrophe hit. And what they deduced was 3 days. 3 days. That's how long it takes. You know, you got people that are like, no, I would never eat a human being. I know what barbecue smells like, and if I don't know what's making that smell, I don't know if somebody could dupe me. Because people are weird like that. I had a step monster. My sweet sister who died, her mother. Freaking, I hated liver. You know, and we had to go see these people like 3 weeks out of the year. And it was like, I'd go down there so they could just fucking be a dick to me. Because it was fun for them. Right? Because it's fun. Just play with the fucking kid. You know? Mess with the kid. Toy with the kid. Because it's fun. And I wouldn't eat it. She made liver and onions one. You know, you could make all of our favorite meal, but you make liver for dinner. We're here a week, and you make one of the meals you make us for is liver, because you know I hate it. And then of course I wouldn't eat my supper. Like ate the sides or whatever, you know, but I wouldn't eat it. Then the next day, she comes forward with all the, I'm so sorry. You know, about making liver. I feel bad about that. Let me make it up to you. You know? People don't know about psychos and all. They just like to make people feel bad, even if it's in stupid little insignificant ways like this. But just the fact that they do it all the time, and that people always have to be on guard, and we'll just wonder if, you know, if somebody's being good to them or if somebody's just fucking with you again. So I drank my milkshake. I was like, well, okay, well, maybe, you know, I was cautiously optimistic yet again. Maybe she's not really that evil. You know, maybe okay. All right, let's try it. Oh, this milkshake's good. Right on. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm over it. All's forgiven. Yeah? And then I get to the bottom of it. I was like, man, that tastes nasty. What the? Yeah, old girl, she freaking put the liver in the milkshake. And then just was freaking rolling for the rest of the night. Just playing the look on my face of how trust was broken yet again, but that's all right because she got me, you know, and just laughing about it, you know. I bet she's not laughing anymore. So I grew up, you know, I had all these people that were so mean to me in all kinds of different ways, and Mom would always say, don't stoop to their level. Don't do it. Don't go, you know. Don't do it. It's been hard. I got Lilith and Capricorn. This was kind of funny. I read both of these this morning. I actually posted them on social media along with the caption of just trying to rise above my placement sometimes. And this one in particular, because I can relate to this. I relate to this wholeheartedly with the relations I've had in the past. Absolutely. Now knowing what I know, though, it's this. You know who you are. You know who you can be if you want to be something different. So, Black Moon Lilith in the 7th house in Capricorn can bring partners who don't have your best intentions at heart. The negative side of this placement is power struggles in the relationship. Both partners want things to be their way. Lilith here makes it hard to work as a team. You tend to think of yourself as separate entities. See, and I don't want to live like that in relationships, but I do find significant others that do. So, did I say evidently I'm going to be getting freaking large and up? So probably, yeah, I did. 1X, 2X, and 3XL. And so if people want to buy them, they can buy, before, hopefully, if things work out. I don't know, the gal might say, because my ex is doing it, but I'm not going to, anyway. But she might not want to do it. She could just not want to. Then I'd have to find somebody else to do it. But she just does such good work, man. That's all. Well, anyway, with Lilith and Capricorn, you're everyone's favorite boss. This is me to a T. This is hilarious because I could really identify with this a lot. You're everyone's favorite boss who simultaneously has zero respect for authority figures, which is absolutely, totally, completely true. Well, I don't know about other people's opinions of me because they only tell me about them when they're negative. But yeah, I don't have any respect for authority figures. You believe that rules are meant to be broken and should be constantly adapting and evolving to reflect collective needs. Boom. That's about all I got.